Bon Sport, your favorite Ank on the net, the black Italian himself. So I just thought let's just hang out a minute because tonight Paris is playing. So we're excited. Can't wait for that. So there's other couple of things that you actually need to check out as far as sports is concerned. So we'll check that out too. So we'll check that out too and see what's popping. Why am I getting my password incorrect? Who get their password incorrect? Nigga, that's me, obviously. So those are some of the things that you finna check out. You finna check out and see. It's just that my I need to get a new laptop. This thing is becoming a little bit slow now. Sometimes it wastes my time. So while we hang up in a minute, I don't know why I can't add things on the screen now. Because I should be able to add something here. I don't even know what I did. Going on there. This lens immediately made me sick on the instant, like read for read for read. So I'm not be looking at you, I'll be looking through you. If I look to you, I look through you. So let me, how do I remove this thing? Okay, I have no idea what happened, and this thing is here. Okay, removed. That's it, thank you. That thing made me sick immediately. As soon as I put that thing on, I got sick right away. So welcome everybody, this is Nevertheless Commentary. I'm your host, Point of Simon Sport. Your favorite Ank on the net, the black Italian himself. From me to you, I say pronto, bonjour, welcome. The other language that I still remember is the Arab, obviously. Assalamu alaikum. What else did I remember on all these languages I've learned? I can't remember nothing from Navajo people. I can't remember nothing from Inkasa people. I can't remember nothing from the Urdu people. Oh, Assalamu alaikum is also belong to those people. It the people from Urdu, people from Pakistan anyways. So they understand Assalamu alaikum. As far as the kingdom of Sriwijaya in Indonesia, Malaysia, I don't remember nothing from that language too. I remember that you go like this, but I can't remember the words. Now that's my problem. Dewdrop fell at the night, making the frame light, but it didn't fight because I knew that it wasn't right, so he died in his own. Oh, damn, this nigga. John is back. John is back. W for John. John is back. Let me read this again correctly. Dewdrops fell at night, making the frame light, but it didn't fight because it knew that it wasn't right, so he died in his own sight. Damn, Johnny, Giovanni Johnson, what's good? Kuhle konke Mthembu, unjani bafu? So Johnny, I'm trying to understand the messaging behind this stanza that you wrote here. When you say dewdrops fell at night, making the frame light, but it didn't fight because it knew that it wasn't right. So he died in his own sight. I'm trying to piece this together and actually makes the sense of it. It's so so well written that I can't make sense of it. Anelias, Anelias, why did I greet you in isiZulu, bro? 67, 67, 67, 67, 67. I'm fucking too old to be saying 67, bro. I'm 37, you're saying say 67. So I'm having a problem with my computer here. So it's kind of slow. So everything that I've planned to do, it's taking a minute. So let's just chat and troll. If you're not troll. I've been actually being with you all for how many months now? Since last year, September, October, November, December, January. It's 4 months now. I never gave you all a chance to troll. So if you want to troll. Whatever you feel like, do it. Just don't think, just do whatever. So I'm giving you a leeway to that. Johnny just blessed us do this beautiful stanza. I have to read that again. But I can't get the meaning behind these words. It's so all over the place, but it's beautiful at the same time. I don't know why, Johnny. Dewdrops fell at night, making the frame light, but it didn't fight because it knew it wasn't right, so he died in his own sight. Who died in his own sight? Who died in his... That's why actually this threw me off, because when you start, it's a dewdrop that fell at night. Fine, I understand that. Because dews anyway appears at night and lingers over the plants and then drop. Now when it drops, wherever it was hanging, let's say it's a leaf. When it drops from the leaf, the leaf become a little bit lighter. So I understand that it making the frame light. But when you say it didn't fight when it dropped, oh, this brew. Whoa, Johnny, bro. Johnny, you said you were a teenager, bro. And I said this other time that you was lying when you said you were a teenager, bro. There's no teenager who would think like that. Well, at least I wasn't thinking like that when I was a teenager. But what you are actually bringing up here with this stanza is incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. What inspired you to write about a Jew? And I will place a piece of plant, a leaf in this instance, which didn't fight because it knew it wasn't right. So the drop died in the leaf site. But the death of that same drop, it gives life to the plant to produce more leaves. So at the end of the day, it wasn't a loss, the death of that drop, because it brought life to the same plant that it dropped off from. Yo, bro, this nigga is something else, bro. I'm sorry to call you a nigga, bro, but you are my friend. You're my nigga, bro. Things I see here are not mine. Okay, I'm having a problem on my system here, so it's showing me things I do not know. I've never seen it like this. It's like I'm logged into somebody else's computer. So let me restart this thing. Let me start this thing. So we finally hit 400 subs. So we've been a long time coming to 400 subs. So yesterday we did hit that. So congratulations to y'all. You made it possible for me, because alone I couldn't make that. I couldn't have made that. So thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. So I really appreciate that. We grow together. We are 40% to 8,000 subs. So let's keep growing. So let's keep growing. We'll see how far we get. There's someone who's making noise out here. There's someone who's but I can't shut him out, bro. He's hired to actually mow the yard outside on my neighbor, so I can't go there and say shut up. It would be disrespectful, but also it's disrespectful to me, not only to me, to y'all who are actually with me here, because there's noise on the background. It's not a good noise. So not everybody come here to listen to the brush cutter outside, no. But I'm hoping that it doesn't make a really, really bad sound from your end. So I'm hoping that. So I'm restarting this computer now because it's giving me shenanigans. It does its own things. I don't know why. Whether it's hacked or something. But it's actually delaying everything that I plan to do. So Pirates is playing tonight. And they are playing Sekhukhune. So that's the game I wanted to speak about. And the progress that Pirates has been making over a month since they last played, because we've had a period because of the AFCON in Morocco. So the progress that they've made over that period of time. So I wanted to speak about that. The signings they made, the players that they let go, all that kind of stuff, to actually help strengthen the team. They loaned a lot of players out. Tegovaso Mabaso is loaned to Stellenbosch. He went in there on his first game. He scored a goal. I think also Undlonzi is loaned. Not only Undlonzi. Who else is loaned? There's a couple of players who's been loaned out. I think those players are actually going to be a good asset in future, having Pirates to actually conquer, because they are on a quest to conquer South African football, Betway Premiership, being the Cup Kings for past 4 years now, and also take that and actually move with it to ECAF Champions League next year. So we are hoping they're going to be that force to be reckoned with in Africa. You could see their moves as they actually cement their place in the Betway Premiership. But not only them, I wanted to also speak about the Kaizer Chiefs and also Sundowns. Sundowns was very disappointing last night, playing a draw with Al Hilal from Sudan. I think for me it was very, very disappointing, because I was expecting them to win, because they were playing at home. They were dominating the play. Somehow those guys were pushed against the wall, but they were so consistent with their break attacks, and that's how they actually got the Sundowns. I think they only got 2 chances on the game. They buried both those chances, and Sundowns created a number of chances, could have buried the game, but that wasn't. And also Tebogo Mokoena scored a screamer goal. I mean, you can't look past that. And I thought that was a goal where the game was wrapped. Unfortunately, there was a lapse of concentration with the Sundowns, and then they got caught up again. Al Hilal came back to the game, and the game ended with a 2-2 draw. It was a beautiful game to watch. A typical dominating Mamelodi Sundowns, beautiful circulation of the ball in the middle, finding their players on tight spaces, on tight angles. But somehow there was a lack of one player that has an X factor, a player that has an extra touch, because I don't know why, but most people doesn't recognize the importance of that extra touch, especially on players who are playing on the middle field or up front, whether it's a wing play or a number 10, which usually is known as the center forward or attacking midfielder. Why am I saying center forward? Center forward is a striker, obviously. Attacking midfielder, those players are very, very important, and also you see the M's. It's very, very important for them to sometimes have an extra touch. If the game is congested in the middle, and you know that the opposition are trying to push you away from goal, forcing you to play wing plays, forcing you to play away from goal, sometimes to the players who are CDMs or attacking midfielders, it's very, very important to have that special player who can actually have that extra touch and crack the defense open. The runs of the ball are important as well, but as much as the runs of the ball are important to actually create options for the player who carries the ball, or the carrier of the ball, or the player on the ball. The player on the ball, is important for him also to have that extra touch sometimes, because that extra touch decides everything. It can crack open the opposition. Now, I felt like Sundowns missed that yesterday because the Al Hilal was so congested. You could see that they came with a defensive approach. They wanted to make sure that they get a draw, or if they win the game, it's a bonus. But if they get a draw, it's cool. They go home with a draw, but they were trying not to lose the game. So a player like Umshish, Thembazwane, I think he was going to be a key in that game, because Umshish has that extra touch. He's a player that can scan what's going on around him, and when he receives the ball, he can have that extra touch that cracks open the opposition, and then play that pass to actually find a player on the right position to score. So I think Sundowns lacked that in the game yesterday. Unfortunately, I didn't watch the rest of the game. I didn't see the last 5 minutes, what if there were changes that were made. But I knew that the game ended with 2 goals apiece. But that extra touch is very, very important in the middle if you are playing with a low block team. So I don't know why coaches doesn't actually look for such players and add them to their team. I think we Pirates have a lot of players who plays that extra touch when needed the most. We have Tito, cool, calm, and collected. On a given day, he will be quiet, but when the game is congested and you put him in that field of play to play on those tight spaces, he's that player who can give you an extra touch, and that extra touch crack open the opposition. That's how Pirates usually sometimes play. Rarely does the same thing, either from a wing play or from the inside as a attacking a midfield. Also, Ozanapolis gives you the same thing. An extra touch is very, very important to the players who are playing on the middle. And we've seen also with Umbata, as a CDM in most cases, he has that extra touch. If you look at Pirates at the build-up phase, Umbata will always have that extra touch at times and make that pass. And Mbule is a genius of extra touches. So we all know that he might be the slowest player in the game. He might be the slowest player in that field of play, but he dictates the tempo of the game. He make the game slow. Exactly what Thembazwane does for the Sundowns. But maybe the age is no longer in the side of Thembazwane, which make us not see him often with the Sundowns. But I'm hoping that he gains his fitness soon, because I love Thembazwane. I love Thembazwane, and I love to see him in that field of play, because he does what I love with the attacking midfielders. He's one of those midfielders that you just marvel to watch. You just want to see them play. Every time his team is on the ball, you want them to give him the ball, because you know that out of him magic is going to happen. Out of him magic is going to happen. Even without the ball, the runs he make when they are on position, and he's not a carrier of the ball, the runs he makes, you know that those runs are very, very well calculated, and they are meant to create a space, because when he carries the ball, he decides what's going to happen. So the opposition want to close him down, and then the runs that he makes are very, very crucial and important for the team to win the matches. So I love those players. I really, really love those players. When I watch Sundowns, I want to see Umshishi, Thembazwane. When I watch Pirates, I want to see a Tito, I want to see a Mbule, I want to see a Rele, I want to see an Apolis. Also, that jersey number 10 of his Sundowns, Santos, I think is magnificent. Ooh. I think the guy is great. Well, we all know Tebogo Mokoena. He has that extra touch, but he doesn't use it often, because he wants to play those one-touch football at times, which in most cases prove to be a little bit slow if you watch his Sundowns. But when you actually study their movement, you could see that these movements are slow, but they are very, very important, and they are very, very decisive, and they are very, very intentional. They are slow movements, yes, but they are very, very intentional to actually crack open the opposition team. So those are things I wanted to speak about, but my computer is, I don't know whether it's hacked or something. But welcome everybody, this is Nevertheless Commentary. So I wanted to speak football today and actually give everybody a chance to troll. So if you want to troll, troll. I'm with whatever today. I can take anything. Okay, it looks like we are going to finally find something. Durban City is also playing today. Oh, they're my favorite. They're my favorite. I love them when they were Maritzburg United because they were sticking hot. Everybody knew that when you come to Herikwala Stadium, it's a slaughterhouse, and there's no way you're going to get a win on a Friday night in Peter Maritzburg playing in Maritzburg United. That's when I fell in love with the team. And plus, they play here. Their stadium is 3 kilometers away from here, while they were still in Peter Maritzburg, so it's 3 kilometers away. But they're no longer in Maritzburg, they're in Durban now, so they're called Durban City. I still love them. I still love them because it's politics that actually send them to Durban because of this municipality things, fraud, scheming, and all those things. You know the government stuff, favoritism, and all that, and racism. So it's so Maritzburg United moved to Durban and become Durban City, but they're still my favorite. They're playing today. Actually, I could, let me check what time they're playing. If I could go watch that game in Durban. At Durban. Now, if I plan to go and watch that game in Durban, that means I'm not going Sanskrit language today because it's for languages, for the cultures, and for the days. And today at 12, that's in 1 hour, 10 minutes, I'm supposed to be doing the Sanskrit. Now, the Sanskrit, if I decide to go to Durban to watch football, that means I'm not doing Sanskrit. Is it fair to y'all? I have no idea. Probably if y'all could actually say, sure, you can go and watch football, we could wait for the Sanskrit, then I could go watch football. But on the other hand, if I go to Durban and watch game Maritzburg United today, and then I'd miss out on a Orlando Pirates game because that's the game I want to cover. So if I stay here, I'd watch both games and actually be able to analyze both games. But if I go to Durban, I'm only going to watch Durban City and I won't be able to watch the Pirates. So I will be short in terms of content because I can't analyze the game I didn't watch. I love the Pirates so much, but I can't take a risk of analyzing a game I didn't watch. Every analysis should be based on the performance on the day, on the setup on the day, on the philosophy on the day, on the personnel that was in the field of play on the day, and the substitutions made, the decision of the technical team, and all those things. All those make up my analysis on every game that I watch and choose to analyze. Now, if I go to Durban, I will watch Durban City live, and I will have so much to speak about, and probably some other people outside myself who can actually speak on the game, who knows football. That's a plus. But on the other hand, I'm not going to watch a Pirate, and I'm not going to analyze the Pirate. And they are one of the teams that are actually playing exciting football in South Africa. You don't want to miss the game. Much like Sundowns. Those are the teams you do not want to miss those two games, whether Pirates is playing or Sundowns is playing. Kaizer Chiefs is coming alright. It's coming alright. They're playing tomorrow in CAF Champions League. I also want to watch that, how they play that one. So finally, this thing is turned on. Now I'm trying to log in online and see if it works, but probably I'll need to get a new laptop this year because this one no good. But I've had this thing for how many years now? Since 2016. So I've had this thing for 10 years. So the fact that its battery can still last at least an hour without outside charger, so it actually served me well. But I can see some of the things that now is showing that it's kind of old. Or probably I need to update the software and actually update my antivirus. Maybe that actually could help to improve the performance of this thing. But it's actually giving me problems. It's actually giving me problems. Mojaba hit. What was Mojaba hit? Why did I search Mojaba hit? Mojaba hit. Why did I search this? Maybe one of y'all maybe suggested that. I don't remember what is it. Mojaba hit Sanskrit. No man, Mojaba hit here. Mojaba hit. What was that? Oh, Mechapahit is one of the last major Hindu Buddhist emperor on the region and is considered to be one of the greatest and most powerful emperor of history. Okay, I understand why I searched Mojabahid. I think it has to do with the Sriwijaya Empire. That's why I was searching from Malaysia, Indonesia, and the surrounding areas in South of Asia. Maybe I've actually learned of the Mojabahid from that. It makes sense from that aspect. That's why it's here in my algorithm. I was like, why did I search Mojabahid? What is that even anyway? So it's it's actually a powerful Hindu Buddhist emperor, southeast of Asia, by King Hayam Wuruk and the Prime Minister Gajah controlling the various territories in 1293 to 1527. Maybe that's why it's actually there. So my main talk was about football. So I'm here for sport. Hey, that man is making a lot of noise outside. Yo. But they also need to cut the grass low so they can see these snakes. Cut the grass low so you can see these snakes. Oh, I can't remember who said that line, but it's a hip hop rap song something. Cut the grass low so you can see these snakes. I don't even know. I don't even remember who said that. Probably 50 Cent. I don't know. So don't forget to smash this up. We're here to discuss a little bit of football and maybe some of the things that might be happening. Particularly, we're focusing on the CAF Champions League, CAF Confederation Cup, and Betway Premiership. So as I've touched a little bit on the Orlando Pirates playing later today, and the Durban City playing. Chiefs also is playing tomorrow in CAF Champions League. Thanks for the likes. And also Sundowns was playing yesterday. Now that man is too close. Now if his things are hitting my roof, because I don't have nobody who's actually cutting my yard. Let me check this out. Wait. Let me check this out. Okay, it comes from my neighbor from the back. We are on a slopey hill. It's me here, it's them here, so it makes sense when they cut the grass, everything is get thrown. Some of the things, not everything, some of the things get thrown to my roof. Everybody didn't have patience to wait for a minute. Where's our song? It's been a minute since we played it as well. My system is low and I hate it. It's slow and I hate it. Very, very slow. Hi everyone, don't forget to smash that sub. This is Nevertheless Commentaries. I'm your host, Sipon of Sipon Sports, your favorite on the Black Italian himself. I've said a number of times to y'all, pronto buongiorno. Pronto buongiorno. So, okay, back to it. We start by the Betway Premiership. What is something that you don't like? You don't need the most. Just pop up. That's not what I want now. Let's start with news, football news, Betway Premiership news. AmaZulu are playing TS Galaxy, Durban City playing Polokwane City, Now I have to decide which one to watch between Golden Arrows versus Stellenbosch or Durban City versus Polokwane City. Both are excited. AmaZulu, TS Galaxy, those three, because AmaZulu, Durban City, Golden Arrows are my favorite. They're from KZN, I'm from KZN. Now I don't know which one to watch. This is crazy. I'll watch it Durban City. After I Pirates in Sekhukhune, I'm watching it Durban City in the Polokwane City. I think Coach Pudo happy with the Polokwane City. I think they are doing a wonderful job. They are doing a great job with the Polokwane City. I enjoy their football, their approach of the games. I really love them. I love AmaZulu with what Coach Atazwane is doing. I love Golden Arrows with what Coach Mangoba Mngeti is doing with the Golden Arrows. But I love, my heart is with Durban City. After I Pirates, bro, it's Durban City. Durban City, bro. I'm in Maritzburg end. So everybody from Maritzburg love it, the Maritzburg United, now known as Durban City. So, bro, I love Arrows, I love AmaZulu, but Durban City, bro, takes the cake. This thing is loading so slow. Yes, I'm irritated. I'm irritated. You can't load the news for a minute. Is this stream okay, or has glitches and the signs of and showing the signs of bad reception? Because my computer is very slow here. Too slow for my liking. Too slow. We are moving too slow. Yeah, I wonder how long it will take my guy from my neighbor to actually finish mowing the grass. That brush cutter is making a lot of noise. A lot of noise. But that's how it is to live in townships. You gotta understand everything that happens, bro. You gotta learn how to live with people. If you can't live with people, then you're gonna have problems, serious problems. So you gotta learn how to live with people and actually be about the people and be a member of the community, member of the society. A good one at that sense. Finally. Okay, we'll start about Orlando Pirates news. Amabhakaniya ezimnyama ngenkani zagebhula umhlaba kamasipala zawenze wawo. We'll start by them. Amabhakajuju playing against iSekhukhune namhlanje. I think it's a very important game because Sekhukhune is within the top 4. Now if they win, they are going definitely to probably top 3, shoving Kaizer Chiefs a little bit down. But I'm hoping that the Pirates will win, which will take them to the top of the league today. And having had 2 games in hand, they should win both those games. Now you could see that the restructuring of the squad or of the squad meant business. So with everything that's been going on, you really I think everyone is excited to see Orlando Pirates play tonight or this afternoon I mean, because the game is at 3 o'clock, 3:30 ish. But I'm hoping that they win. So we start about all you need to know about Orlando Pirates since they are returning to the Premiership over a month since the last time they played. So they return against Isekhukhune. There are 5 matches in the Premiership this weekend, with Mamelodi Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs, Stellenbosch are involved in inter-club action. There are big clashes for both these teams of the table, and teams hoping for a morale boost restarting their league. So Isekhukhune United versus the Pirates. Orlando Pirates returned to a domestic action on Saturday, which is today, with an away trip to Isekhukhune United. You know, Abdeslam Adu has been very, very excellent with the Orlando Pirates. It's been very, very good. He took over from coach Jose Riverio. I had a little bit of doubt beginning of the season when we lose 2 games. One of those games was against Isekhukhune, and the other was against that team I don't like the most. I don't even want to mention them. Because they beat us on the first 2 games. So that actually planted a little bit of doubt to the Buccaneers as far as the coach Abdeslam Adu is concerned. But then he went on to actually revive himself. He actually redeemed himself and began to win the game. So it's difficult to talk about their current, given it's been almost 50 days since they last played a competitive fixture. But they have won their last 5 matches in a row and unbeaten in a domestic 17 games, league games and cup games. 14 wins and 3 draws, during which at time they won the MTN 8 and Kaleng knockout. So they are the only team that have won 2 cups already in the Premiership. Both cups that have been played for in South Africa have both won by Orlando Pirates. So victory over Isekhukhune will take them back to the top of the Premiership, as they currently trail behind the log leaders, Mamelodi Sundowns, by a point, but have 2 games in hand. So definitely if we win, we go to the top, bro. Isekhukhune 4th, 3 points behind the Orlando Pirates, but having played 2 games more. However, 1-0 home loss to Stellenbosch on Tuesday was disappointing, and they are in the middle of one of those spirals that's been affecting coach Eric Tinkler throughout his career, which often finds it difficult to lift his team form. So I am hoping that because they are playing Orlando Pirates, obviously they are going to bring their A games. There's no way that Isekhukhune playing Pirates, they are going to be just another team. They are going to bring the A game. So whatever Eric Tinkler was going through with the Isekhukhune team, today that's the end of it, because they are playing Pirates. They want to bring the A game, and there are some of the ex-Orlando Pirates players in Isekhukhune who want to show that we can still compete with the old niggas. You took our positions, we were sacked to Isekhukhune, but we can outperform yours. So that is some of the things that you expect to see in this clash this evening, this afternoon. They have a single victory in their last 8 games. They drawn 3 and lost 4. That's very, very unimpressive, taking just 3 points from their last 18 available in league games. They might have been well ahead of the title race were it not for this lean pitch. Now, all that being said, Isekhukhune have won 3 games, or 3 of their last 4 matches against Pirates, including a 1-0 victory away in August. Overall, Pirates led the head-to-8 with 6 wins and 4 draws. Now, on the bottom side, we started with the top. Pirates, Big Boys, Chiefs, Sundowns, Isekhukhune, that's on the top. Now, on the bottom side, Chippa United start their game campaign desperate for points as their side meets Magesi in the relegation playoff, having played a game more and 4 points different, or adrift of the Orbit College in absolute safety. Now, they travel to Orbit on Saturday in search for a good start on the second half of the season, with a conventional wisdom suggesting they need around 21 points to avoid relegation. That's a lot of points to get to avoid relegation. 21 points is no child's game. That is certainly what the history suggests. That would even mean 7 wins in the next 15 games, which I don't see happens, or 6 wins and 3 draws. 9 out of 15, Chippa collecting points. I don't see that happens. But this is football. Anything can happen in football. Now, Chippa 7 away games this season have yielded 2 points and 3 goals. That's a poor record. The concern is that the dire form It's not new. Looking back at last season, they have a single win in 23 games. They drew 9 and lost 13, dating back to almost a year too much. That one win came against Opit in September when Chippa claimed a 2-1 home victory. However, Opit are 4 games losing streak themselves and are so often happens with promoted side once the novelty and Eurovia of the top flight football wear off and the things works you out. What the hell did I just say? They can start in the second half of the season. Opit have already played this week. 2-0 loss to Sundowns, but it was Sundowns anyways. So you can't falter them for that. It's Sundowns, they lost 2. And losing 2 goals to 0, I think for me it's decent for an Opit College. Amazulu are hosting ETS Galaxy on Sunday. Oh, that's tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna watch that. I thought it was today. With both teams 24 points and only 5 points behind the log leaders at Sundowns, about as good as they could have possibly imagined at this stage of the campaign. Amazulu are on a strange run for 7 games in which each victory has been followed by a defeat. So having beaten Golden Arrows last time out, it is not good omen for them. They have not been involved in a draw since opening day in October, when they drew 1-1 draw with Ikeza Chiefs. Galaxy, however, played a game more following their 2-0 victory over Imarumu Gallants in the midweek and unbeaten in 4. So they won 2 and drew 2. Through they tend to blow a little hot and cold themselves. Galaxy have dominated the fixture in recent times, winning last 5 meetings between the sides. So Amazulu need to pick up their socks today. They lead overall lead head-to-head 7-3 with 2 draws and 1-3 at home in September. However, them having lost Upuso Titejane and this other player is going to prove a little bit difficult to beat Amazulu, because Amazulu now are Kairampago. When it comes to football, Coach Azazon is doing a very, very good job with Amazulu. So that's a game to watch tomorrow. That's a game to watch tomorrow. 11 City versus Polokwane City. 11 City 22 points from 15 games. That's about 1.5 points per game. Not so good, but acceptable for a team that has promoted to the Premiership. And Polokwane 23 from 14 games, and will also be satisfied with at least first half of their campaign, and will want to keep their momentum going through both last played in December 3. Their season have in many ways been built on a stout defense rather than attacking excellence, so do not necessarily expect a lot of goals in this one. Whoever wrote this is stupid. That clearly shows that he doesn't know Eden City, or he doesn't watch Eden City plays. Probably a defensive aspect was brought in by their previous coach, Kevin Hunt, but they are not the side that like to defend. Eden City. They are going to go all out and actually try to beat Polokwane City, and they are playing at home. Before their fan base, there's no way that they are going to actually sit back and try to defend a draw. That's not what's going to happen. Now, whoever wrote this, when he says their season in many ways is built on a stout defense rather than attacking, so do not necessarily expect a lot of goals in this one, I think that's stupid, bro. And I'll check your name. Whoever this reporter is, I think that's stupid. Now they said 4-1 win. 4-1 win. You are not expecting a goal. They went with it, but they won with 4-1. In the current knockout, when the sides met in October, though early games before the Polokwane City ended in the 0-all draw, City have been better at home. This campaign is expected with 13 of 22 points coming on their own pitch. However, the new coach, Sinatemba Badela, I think that's a good coach, in charge following the surprise axing of Gavin Hunt, which I foresaw Gavin Hunt being axed from Eden City, because his philosophy and the type of players Eden City have does not correlate. So I was expecting that. Exactly how they line up and what tactics they employ remains to be seen. Yeah, we're about to see, but the coach, Nethemba Badela, is a good coach. He's going to do a very, very good job with 11 City. We're going to witness that. The kickoff is at Chester Stadium tomorrow at 1800 hours. Oh, that game is tomorrow. What I was saying, going there in Durban today, I will know. I need to actually be up to date with everything that is happening. Another game that is playing is Richards Bay versus Isuwelele. I think that's played yesterday. So it's ended with a 1-all draw, basically. Now, who is important here? As far as international football is concerned, the transfer news of Nwareji joins Marseille on loan, Robertson to Spurs. Tottenham Hotspur's unexpected interest in Liverpool's and Robertson's growing in a momentum. One stat from each of the Europe League match day tie as Roma picks a huge 3 points. Inter overturns 2-goal deficit to put 6 past Pisa. Move clear in a Serie A title race. That's kind of interesting. St. Pauli and Hamburg plays out a goalless draw in a cage derby. Barcelona give PSG a late win over Auxerre to send them top of the League One. Barcelona, not Barcelona. Why did I say Barcelona? Exclusive. Samson Tijani praises Nigeria in AFCON outing, says Super Eagles' career isn't over. But they are not in the World Cup. Noah Lang leaves Napoli after 6 months to join Galatasaray on loan. I wonder if he will combine well with Victor Osimhen. Because if I see Galatasaray, Victor Osimhen is the player that actually is there to win games. Whether the rest of the team does the same thing or not, I have no idea. Because I haven't watched a lot of games for them, but only the game that I saw over the weekend of the CAF Champions League. Now, league leaders Arsenal to host resurgence Manchester United in a potential classic. Now, nigga, we want to speak about that, bro. We want to speak about that. Diaz mentality after AFCON Trump. Abeloa hoping Real Madrid have reached a turning point. Hail Diaz, Prime Diaz mentality after the AFCON drama. I'm not gonna read that. So I want to check out the clash of the local leaders, Arsenal and Manchester United in a potential classic clash. Actually, Manchester United just beat Manchester City not a long time ago. It was unexpected win. Well, I wasn't expecting that Manchester United beating Manchester City. It was the last thing actually I would have thought would happen.